off. I know Eddie the big elk is kind of in the process of losing that velvet. We have a couple reindeer that have completely shed their velvet, and I think there are a few out here that are starting to lose it. So if you see them walking up and they've got stuff hanging from their antlers and it looks all bloody, don't freak out. That's just them losing their velvet. It's not a painful thing for them. It's actually an itchy, irritating feeling because that velvet's a dead tissue. So they might rub on the fence lines or rub on that brush trying to get that velvet off quickly. And then they'll use their antlers during the rut, which is the breeding and fighting season. Bulls will use them to attract cows and to fight other bulls. Bless you. And then they're all going to lose their antlers at different times. Bulls will drop them right after the rut season is over, so they'll lose them in November and December. Steers and unbred cows will lose them in January and February. And pregnant cows will actually keep their antlers until a few days before or a few days after they have their baby in the springtime. Now reindeer are the best swimmers in the deer family. There's a couple reasons for that. One reason is they have a very thick coat of hollow hair. So I want you guys see this hair floating in here. This is reindeer hair, and it will never ever sink.
Whoa.
Yep, you can push it down, try to make it sink, and it's just going to come right back up to the surface.
Look at that. Cool.
So right when
Reindeer hair.
they jump into a river or lake, this hair is going to pop them up to the surface and help them float while they're swimming. It's kind of like if you were jumping in with a life jacket on.
Natural flotation device.
Yeah, exactly. And then how they can swim so fast is they have very broad split hoofs, but when they swim they can actually close those hooves off just like how we close our hands, and then they can paddle through the water faster that way. Now on the back of each hoof, I don't know if you guys can see that far, but they have two dew claws on the back of each of their hooves, and they're kind of up off the ground right now. They look sort of useless in the summertime, but in the wintertime they'll drop those dew claws down and their hoofs will go flat. And so reindeer can walk right on top of snow. They have little built-in snowshoes.
Cool.
I can say, is that related to the way camels do it on the sand?
It very well could be, but I don't know for sure. They are very well adapted to this climate. They really like the cold. People ask how they can survive such extremely cold temperatures, like up on the North Slope and over in Siberia and places like that. And how they can survive those temperatures is they can actually drop their leg temperature to keep their core temperature at 101 all throughout the year. Their leg temperature can actually go all the way down to 33 degrees if they need to. And that's going to keep their core temperature at 101 all throughout the year, no matter how cold it gets outside. Now while they're walking around, you're going to hear a clicking, sort of snapping noise while they're walking. And that's caused by a tendon that's in their hind legs. And that tendon is what allows reindeer to run 30 miles an hour, and they can run 40 to 50 miles without stopping. So while you're in the pen, please don't run in, scream, and jump in, anything that'll spook these guys, because they do spook pretty easily, and once one of them takes off running, usually they're all going to take off running. That tendon will also make it so reindeer cannot kick backwards. You don't have to worry about getting too close up behind reindeer like you do with horses. When their antlers are sensitive and they're getting annoyed with each other, they'll use their front hooves. They kick and they paw at each other. Now you guys went to see the bison and the moose, but not the elk yet, right?
That's correct.
Alright, well to get to the elk, you come out of the reindeer pen, walk down this way, and those elk are on the right-hand side. Eddie is the big bull, and he is getting a little bit aggressive because he's about to go into rut. He's losing his velvet, and he just started showing signs of aggression yesterday. He starts kind of shaking his head or charging at the fence, things like that, chasing his girls away, and so he is getting aggressive. You want to stay back, don't reach in and try to pet or feed any of them, because the females have been aggressive all year. They've been snippy, trying to bite at people. And then on the left, while you're down there, there will be a couple bull reindeer. I think there's 3 down there right now. So while you're down in that area, you just want to stay back from the fence lines at least 3 feet. You can look and take pictures, but you don't want to get close because those bulls will charge the fence sometimes. Okay, out here to feed the reindeer. The tops of these cups are just going to slide across. You just pour the pellets in your hand and hold your hand flat, just like feeding a horse. But reindeer cannot bite you because they don't have top teeth in the front. They have 6 small bottom teeth and molars in the back. This top is just gums right up here. They use it as a chopping block. But if at any point you want them to leave you alone, you've got to hide this cup because they do know there's food in here. So if you got a big pocket, put the cup in your pocket. If not, tuck it up underneath your arm like this. Stand still and drop your hands down flat. They're going to come up and sniff your hands and see there's no food, and they're going to go bug somebody else looking for food. You don't want to put the cup behind your back or up above your head at any point because that's teasing them. And there are a few that'll either come around behind you and try to kick it out of your hand, or they'll jump up on their hind legs and try to kick it out of your hand.
Okay. Don't need that.
There is one thing we have to be very careful about when you go out in the pen. A piece of plastic the size of my pinky fingernail here, if a reindeer gets a hold of it and eats it, it will kill a grown reindeer in less than a week. And once they start showing signs, showing symptoms of it, there's nothing we can do. It's too late. So please be very careful. Don't feed them directly out of the cup. If you have any trash, gum wrappers, things like that, please just make sure they make it into the trash can in the cabin and they don't end up out in the pen.
Has that happened for you guys a lot, or?
We try really hard. Every time we see plastic or anything, we take it out here.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It has happened.
even if no one drops stuff out here, the wind will blow plastic bags and stuff in here. So yeah,
Wow.
there have been some issues in the past, but we try really hard to
Yeah, to keep them
monitor and make sure that there's no plastic and trash and things out there.
Okay, I'm going to stop recording and you're going to continue recording.